Oh, I'm murdering cake. Oh, I'm a monster. Ugh, it's so squishy and there's icing everywhere. This is so gross. Hey guys, and welcome back to Sorenus Mods. Today we're going to be checking out a fantastic mod known as the Presence Footsteps mod for Minecraft 1.6.2. This is created by Hurricane, and it adds an amazing variety of brand new walking sound effects into your Minecraftian world. Oh, but walking doesn't even cut it. This mod adds so many amazing sound effects for your footsteply needs in Minecraft. It is insane. It's almost as insane as, well, me, and I'm pretty insane, so this is one crazy mod. Now, of course, not only does it add amazing new sound effects for different surfaces when you walk on them, it also adds new sound effects when you jump, land, walk on the edge of blocks, foot shuffling when you come to a stop, and running. Now, if that is not enough sounds for you, then wow, you need to get your ears checked, because that is a whole ton of different sounds. Now, for me personally, I believe that sounds in video games are just as important as the visuals, so I guess you consider this a texture pack for your ears. Now, of course, since this is one of the very first sound effect mods that I've ever showcased before, I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. I'm going to be showcasing all the amazing sounds that these different blocks can make, and then I'm going to be talking about it afterwards. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the amazingly HD quality sounds that this mod adds. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed all the amazing sounds inside of this mod, but of course I'm going to be making my commentary very quick about these. Now of course Smooth Stone, I really like the sound of it, and I'm really pleasantly surprised that these have a higher pitched sound than normal Smooth Stone does. It's like a mixture between the metal and the brick, which is really cool. Now of course that is a squishy, nasty, ew, but it's so cool, and I really love the different sound because it's just so different. Now, of course, the glass, I'm really pleasantly surprised that it isn't all breaky, crack, different, holy crap, I just broke the window kind of thing, more of just like a thumping, like, best be getting off of this kind of thing. Now, of course, I'm really glad that these two have the very same sound effects, because that wouldn't make too much sense if they didn't. Now, of course, these each have a different tone of the sound effects that they make, as well as the sand. I really like that it is very diverse compared to its gravel brethren instead of before, where they were very similar. Now, of course, this one has a much grainier, nasty, oh man, I'm walking in a bunch of little rocks, and this one has more of a nice and smooth, I'm kicking up dust kind of sound to it, so I kind of like that. Now, of course, these four I paired together because they sound so similar. Mossy Cobblestone has the same exact sound as Cobblestone does, except it is a very cool sound. These two have the same exact sound, which makes sense because they're both metal pieces of giant blocks, which is really cool. Now, of course, Lapis has a more of a sound compared to these than really anything. Wool has a very different and diverse sound. Obsidian sounds more like bedrock. This one has a slight tang to it, which I think is really cool. Now, the coolest part about the ice is when you jump on it, it sounds like you're breaking right through, and it's really cool. Now, snow, what I'm really pleasantly surprised about, or at least maybe I just hear it like this, is the normal packed up snow sounds a little bit different than the nice light drifting of snow that you find in snow biomes. I'm not a fan of the clay sound because, I don't know, the clay just, it doesn't feel like it belongs, and I felt that it was more of a soft, kind of squishy feeling instead of a more kind of rough sound that it gave it. Now, I like the pumpkins and melons where it just kind of squishes together. I was kind of hoping that the Mossy Cobblestone would have more of kind of a slick sound, but of course that might be very hard to hear versus just the normal sounds. Now, of course, melons are awesome, and Mycelium sounds exactly like grass, which I was kind of hoping for more of a mushroomy sound alongside the grass, but you can't have everything, I guess. Now on to the nether side. This is more like stone, this is more like sand, this is glass, surprisingly, and this sounds like brick. Now, these are very obvious sounds because, of course, this is just the more underworldified versions of the other blocks. Now, of course, the end stone is kind of cool, and it sounds like stone. Emerald is surprisingly a different sound than diamonds, or at least that's the way that I hear it. This is, of course, the same as cobblestone. This is a slightly lighter sound than the netherrack. It's like a mixture between this and, of course, the quartz inside of it. Now, of course, I'm not a fan of this. Well, hardened clay, I don't know exactly how to give that a really cool sound, but I don't know. I guess it fits for what it is. Hay is very different, and I really like that. Coal is about the same as the other ore blocks. Now, of course, this is really cool that the iron blocks are different than the actual anvil, as well as iron bars, so that's really cool. Now, the carpet sounds the same as wool. The beds sound pretty much the same as the wool as well. Leaves sound very different. I like that he adds different sounds when you're walking through things like the saplings as well as the tall grass. Now, of course, end stone and the enchantment tables are very similar to the stony feeling, and of course, cactuses, if you really wanted to stand on them, I guess they create a very different sound as well. Now, of course, this is a very cool thing of the dirt. Now, it has a very different layer as the grass, making it sound very different when you're excavating a place and you're walking through grass to dirt, which I'm really glad about. Now, of course, this is I don't really know how to give jukeboxes a different sound because, you know, you're literally jumping on jukeboxes. Who does that? And now, of course, the snow, I do think that it has a different sound than the hardened snow, but of course, it is an amazing sound as well. The redstone, it's very cool, very, I guess, very average compared to most. Redstone lamps kind of surprised me because I figured they'd make the same sound as glowstone, but I guess I was wrong. Now, of course, I don't know how to exactly explain TNT. Kind of sounds like you're, I don't know, walking on a bunch of sticks of dynamite. I wonder why. That is very strange. Now, of course, this is one thing that's really cool about the pistons, where it adds a different sound when you're walking on the stone part from the wooden part. That is very cool, and it shows just how much he cared about the mod. Now, of course, this is the same as Jukebox, I believe. Now, of course, railroads have a slight metallic sound as well as whatever is below it, so it doesn't exactly consider it a full-on block, which is really cool. It kind of blends the two sounds together. Now, of course, these have very metallic sounds if you don't follow them. I don't know why you jump on brewing stands, but it's really cool that he added sounds for them anyway, as well as cauldrons, which, I don't know, maybe you use them as toilets. But, of course, they also have a very metallic sound. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this mod. This is a fantastic mod, and I know you guys are going to love it. It adds so much more depth to the sounds of Minecraft. So have a fantastic day, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Remember to tell all your friends, because everything is better with friends. Proven by that lone tree over there, and he was the only one that actually was able to grow out of saplinghood because I kind of clustered them all together. I was such a terrible owner to the— oh my gosh, there's 2 trees here. Oh man, treeception. But of course, these 2 trees know everything that you need to know about friends, and you can definitely consult them when talking to your friends. Now, of course, have a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you guys for the next episode later. You guys can find download links in the description below, both for Skydice, the amazing free installers to make your installing experience so much better, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.